Hello, Expandacraft fans. Wesley here again with the 24-foot 9-inch Expandacraft. This is what I call, well, I'm nicknaming her now Flat Top. I was calling it the Expandacraft Carrier. But what we're looking at is a 7-foot wide deck. I chose to go with 7 feet because it's just a little easier to back into the yard with respect to how wide the opening is between the gates, but not out in this front yard. But anyway, if you can look, this has got a 6-horse motor on it, which is plenty. You don't get too power happy with this. Expandacraft is not that heavy of a boat, and it's very, very slick through the water. That's the whole reasoning behind these pencil thin hulls. No, they're not heavy lifting. If you wanted to do a heavy lifting, you would use a canoe in the middle like we have over here. That's the 16-foot 9-inch outrigger kit on a 16-foot or 17-foot canoe. We'll talk about that more in a little while. There's plenty of videos on that. And what I've done here is I've capped off the ends of the decking a little differently than we normally have. Normally they're individually capped, but this time I ran a 1.5-inch aluminum piece of aluminum here. Sorry, I'm just now learning how to use this stupid selfie stick. Well, you got this aluminum here that goes all the way across, and what that does is that makes the deck lay down flat. There's a couple of other things about that, and in between this aluminum and the decking is a little kind of a rubber fitting, as you will also have between the decking here. There's a little bit of rubber, but only in spaces, because you want the water to be able to run off the deck. Should you get a lot of water on the deck, you want it to bleed off. Of course, it'll fall off the side, but you want it also to bleed in. Okay, I put this tent up here. Now this tent is 8 feet by, I think, 5 feet or something. But the decking, remember, the decking on this boat is 7 feet. You can go 8 feet, 6-inch wide, max it out on this Expandacraft. This one is 7 feet. So even though it's an 8-foot wide tent, and I'll show you here in just a little bit, that tent can be straddle the boat sideways. So you have enough room on this boat for 2 of these tents. Of course, too, the bow section that's here, this is a modular boat, remember. The bow section here, I take it off for trailering, because if you'll see, the tip of that bow goes right up to where the tow hitch is. If I left the bows on here while towing, well, I wouldn't be able to turn the truck now, would I? So I just let them off. Eventually, I'm going to have a trailer that's elongated, because this trailer was made for the 20-footer. Then I went and extended it to 24. Why? Because I can. This trolling motor is Haswig. It's a weird name, and I believe it's a 75-pound thrust, I think. Plenty. No, it's not even that. I think it's 65. And that's plenty to push this boat. Again, Expandacraft is not a very heavy boat. Let me give you a little aerial view here as we walk around. And you can see the width of this boat and the length here. And you can see if it was just you and another person on this boat with that 2-person tent, I would carry something like a blow-up mattress with me. I have done that on the 20-footer. So with this one, remember the 20-footer had a 5-foot wide deck, and it was only 8 feet long. So I put that tent on the 20-footer, but I've extended now this to 24, and it's a 7-foot wide deck. A little different, isn't it? Now I'd like for you to like and subscribe if you can, but also please put comments on there. What would you do with this boat? Would you put railings on it? Would you put a different engine on? Certainly people do different things with the electric motors. These days, they've got the kind that are geostationary. You just remote control them. Well, that would be fantastic. And if I had $3,000 or $4,000 just to throw into a motor, well, by golly, I would have one on there too. But I can only do so many things to show. I'm going to step up the stairs to show you from bird's eye view what it would look like. Try to zoom in here. Hey, what do you know? There is the Expandacraft 24-foot 9-inch flat top. Yes, that entire thing will go into the back of a pickup truck, except of course the decking I put on the roof rack. If you can see, my truck there has a long roof rack. And so it's different than this boat, which of course is a 16-foot outrigger on a 16-foot canoe. And that's a fiberglass canoe with double walls. Oh, and that one has a bimini top, and eventually I think I'll have a bimini top for flat top here, and many other things. Fixed seating is something that I'm working on as well. Expandacraft.com.